Flosstube, it's Amber with the Digi Stitchery, and I would like to take you on a picnic today. A gingham picnic, that is. We have a brand new fabric release. I have a ton of finishes on this brand new fabric for you and a few WIPs. So let's get started. Hey guys, happy spring, happy almost Easter. We finally made it through the winter buzz. So we're over it. Trees are blooming here and flowers are blooming. I'm getting my garden ready, at least the soil, kind of mixed up and ready to go and prepped for when I can finally add vegetables here in a couple of months. So I hope you all are doing fantastic. It has been a while since I have seen you guys. So let's just do a quick recap and then we will get into what we are all here for. And that is the brand new fabric release. But since I last saw you, let's see. I went to market and it was fantastic. I went to learn. I went to educate myself just on wholesale and what market was all about and how the Digi Stitchery fits in this cross stitch world. So I learned so much. I met so many fantastic people, designers, floss tubers, stitchers of all kinds, shop owners. It was fantastic. I came away with tons and tons of ideas and just an appreciation for the craft, the art. Like seeing these pieces in real life, we scroll through Instagram, we scroll through Facebook, we see it on the websites, but to see the art itself in person is just amazing. It's just crazy. I loved it. I went for one day. I did one power walk through all 4 floors. It was amazing. It was so much fun. And yeah, so more things to come from my market experience. Little bits here and there, but that happened. Let's see what else. Lots of stitching took place. I have a ton of finishes to show you guys. It's crazy how many finishes I have. Let's see. My daughter started swim team for her school, so that's been a new experience. She had her first meet last week. We're getting ready to do her second one this week, and she did so well. She's just doing so, she's brand new at it. So we don't know anything, and we love the coaches. The coaches are like, we're not trying to be an NCAA team. We just want these kids to learn and to have fun, which I love, because all of these kids, I guess this particular team this year is brand new. So there isn't, I don't know, it's just an ease into the sport, and a lot of learning is taking place. So my daughter's doing great. I'm very excited for her. We've had lots of girls over for slumber parties since I last saw you, so that's always interesting. My husband and I get to hear all the latest gossip and slang words, and we use them wrong in front of them to embarrass them, so that's always fun. Let's see, and then my daughter qualified for her archery team, qualified for state, which we went to, and that was a special time because my parents and my grandmother, who live in Florida, all flew up to watch my daughter shoot, and it was so much fun to have. My daughter usually has just my husband and myself in the crowd. She had quite the crowd with her and the fan club this time around. So it was really fun to see her shoot and how she reacted and everything. So it was fun. Her team qualified for the next like round up, so nationals. So we will be traveling. We're going to the Western Nationals this time, which is in Sandy, Utah. So if anybody knows of any good cross stitch shops in like Salt Lake, Sandy area, let me know, because I'm gonna have like one day to do some stuff before we have to shoot in tournaments. So let me know in the comments. But so we're preparing for that. Yeah, there's just been a lot going on. A lot. Having family here was fun. And my mom stitches as well, and she stitches on my fabric. So she brought finishes that I will show you because I haven't quite mailed them back yet. They'll be mailing with her Fabric of the Month Club. That'll be shipped later this week. So she'll have a big box coming her way. Let's see. She brought a bunch of stuff. State was in Branson, Missouri, so there's quilt shops there, so we went a little crazy in the quilt shops. We go to quilts. I don't know, we just repeat quilts. Like, I know it's quilts. I think of Branson or something, but we just call it quilts. So we went there, and yeah, my mom is brand new to quilting, so it was like walking into a candy store for her. So that was really entertaining. I was able to kit up like, I think 4 quilt projects for her while we were there. So she got those. I just bought some really cool Tula fabric and some finishing fabric I'll show you. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I love it. It's so pretty, so I'll figure it out. And then we hit up Cecilia's cross stitch shop in Branson. We always do. It's like my 4th year going and doing it. I love that shop. And especially being aftermarket, you can see, I saw the stuff that I saw in person in the patterns and like the extra goodies and stuff in the shop. So that was cool to see. And I stocked up on floss and some more patterns, of course, at Cecilia's. And I think my mom did too. So we actually bought metallic floss, and I can't think of the name of it, but we're trying it on some Halloween projects we're doing for a future release. So stay tuned for that. We'll see how that one goes. But they were able to help us and give us some like tips and tricks on how to stitch with metallic floss without pulling our hair out. So we'll see how that goes. Haven't attempted it yet because I've got a lot of other projects before that. So we'll see. But let's get started. Like I said in the intro, I want you to join me for a picnic. So this release is all about picnic gingham. Gingham is such a versatile print and pattern. It can be super bold, it could be drawn back, it could be wild, it can be subtle. So there's so many things you can do with gingham that I thought, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it as a cross stitch fabric and see where it goes. So what picnic gingham is it's 12 different colors of the same gingham pattern. So let me explain a little bit more as I show you. So with gingham, let's start with the neutrals. Let's go back in the rainbow here. But first let me do a flip for you. Gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful colors. So let's start with the neutrals. Let's start with one that's easier to see what I'm going for here. Okay, So this is Picnic Gray, and what I did is for each of these, it's not just a gingham. It has distressing on it. So you do get a little bit of grunge on it, just to kind of mix it up a bit. So it's not just a flat gingham print. Gets kind of boring, gets kind of monotonous. This distressing adds a little bit of excitement to your fabric. So this is Picnic Gray, great neutral. And then our other neutral is Picnic Brown. Pastels are gonna look fantastic on this, even your bright colors. Greens, yellows, pinks are gonna look beautiful on this brown. But as you can see, just depending on the print, it has the distressing on there, but whether or not I made it dark or light is just dependent on the color. So here, it's a little bit darker, but it's not in your face dark for the brown because these lines, or the darker boxes, kind of take over. But this is Picnic Brown, and I'm showing you 8 at first, as usual. So now let's get into the colors because these are delicious. Okay, so what picnic? There is no picnic unless you have Picnic Red, and yes, I did it. I did it, and it's cute, and it's awesome, and I love it. So here it is, Picnic Red. It is your quintessential, original, classic gingham fabric. Red and white, although my distressing here is white to kind of draw back on that red. Now, as I was designing this, I know reds can be tricky and they're hard to stitch on. They are. Let's just be honest, they're super hard. I drew the red color back. I muted it so it's not so in your face, and you can get other reds on here. And I will show you, I am stitching a patriotic piece. I'll show you later in the Flosstube how that looks and how it is actually popping off that fabric. So Picnic Red, perfect for patriotic, Christmas, winter. So very, very, very nice. Picnic Red. And then we're just gonna go in color order, or rainbow order, because why not? All right, next is Picnic Marmalade. Gorgeous. Gorgeous spring, Halloween, fall. I love this. Instead of doing just a stark white and orange gingham, I did a light, medium, dark orange to give us a little bit of variety, but my distressing is white. So it does give you a little bit of dimension in here, so it's just not a flat orange. But love, love, love this orange marmalade. All right, and then next, excuse me, that was Picnic Marmalade. All right, next is Picnic Honey. And this is just a very subtle, a very soft yellow that is, it's almost a true golden yellow, if you will, with the white distressing on there, just to kind of mix things up a little bit. So Picnic Honey. And then next is Picnic Green, or excuse me, or is it Picnic Green, but we're gonna call it Picnic Meadow Green, because when we're stitching, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna say 75% of the time, I've got green floss going on in some type of floral thing I've got, or I don't know, it doesn't matter, there's green. I also am a green girl, I love green. So also greens are hard to pick. And You can go so many different ways and get so many feels of green, whether it be dark, light, greeny, or bluey green. So what I did was I went more of a neutral route with meadow green here. It's like a yellow green, and I think it's going to be more of a better neutral for you guys. So you can get the flowers, you can get your tree leaves, you can get just your green accents on this without it fading into it. And also I've noticed when you do stitch or you match green fabric to anything that's green, you gotta dial it in and you gotta get it just right, or it looks way off and you can't tell. So that's the reasoning behind this meadow green just being yellow greeny neutral. Okay, it's not a true like grass green gingham. But with this, I went with a light, medium, dark meadow green color, and then the distressing is actually the light. So it kind of breaks it up. All right, and then next, I can't do any fabric series, I think, without a teal or an aqua. It seems like lately, at least the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 have had it. So I had to add it again. So this is Picnic Aqua, and so pretty. I love this. I'll have a finishing piece for you on this one, but yellows pop off of this. Purples look beautiful. Pinks, white pops off of it. So there you go. Let's see. So Picnic Aqua, it's a medium, light, and dark aqua used in here, with the light being the distressing. And also, I offer different sizes. So the 10 by 12, this is the 10 by 12 size, 14 by 16, and then a 16 by 20. Know that in the 14 by 16 and the 16 by 20, these boxes that you see right here on this 10 by 12, these gingham squares, are going to be the same size. Whether you buy a 14 by 16 or a 16 by 20, doesn't matter. This is going to be the same size. I'm not going to enlarge them like I do on some prints, because it just makes sense to enlarge it. But on this particular one, everything's going to stay the same as far as size wise. You're just going to get more of it because it's more fabric. So Picnic Aqua. All right, next is another great patriotic stitch in summer. This is Picnic Sky Blue, and I did a medium, light, and dark sky blue, with the light being the distressing. I did test out like a white and a just sky blue. It just didn't read well. It looked, I don't know. It wasn't pretty. And so I changed it, and I printed this guy, and it looks way better. So I was happy with this one. Sky blue. So yellows, purples, pinks, reds are going to look fantastic on this, and white is going to pop as well. Let's see. Picnic Navy. So we're going darker. We're going to go with the same blue, but darker. This is just fun. This is totally like winter. I could see a big chubby snowman on this guy, and it would look super cute. Yeah, white is definitely going to pop off this Picnic Navy. Oranges, licorice red. Like all of your winter classic Colorworks colors are going to look fantastic on this. I love this color and I really want to stitch something winter on this guy. But let me show you the difference between Picnic Navy and Picnic Sky Blue, because there's definitely a difference. Yeah, right there. So Sky Blue, Navy, you can tell. So very cool, very spring, summery, winter. All right, and then next we have Picnic Grape. This is just a fun purple. Like, I love this purple. It's like grape soda pop to me. I grew up on Vess grape and Shasta. So I loved those flavors as a kid. Put in the comments if you did as well, like all those. I had a family member who bought cases of Vess and stored it in her cellar. And I remember us as kids, all the cousins, we would like go down and grab just like any flavor we wanted. It was so much fun. But this is Picnic Grape. And the distressing is the light grape color. And then two more. And this is Picnic Pale Pink. I wanted to do something super, super soft like Picnic Honey. So if you were looking for like a gingham, but you didn't want anything that was super, super dark, this pale pink is totally up your alley. Super, super soft. Very beautiful for spring colors. And then last is another pink. Since I went with pale pink, I wanted to go with a little bit of a darker pink. And this is really pretty. So this is Picnic Bubblegum. And it is just a little bit darker, a little bit warmer than the pale pink. The pale pink is a mix of white and pink, while the bubblegum is a light, medium, and dark. So let me compare the two. So this is pale and this is bubblegum. So right there, big difference, totally big difference, totally different look that you have going on here. White, you're gonna see on this, white, not so much. So there you go. All right, that is Picnic Gingham. I am so excited for this. So many possibilities for stitching. So versatile. I think this is really, really gonna help our stitching as we're stitching like different series, different seasons. I think this is gonna be a really fun addition to our pieces. So let's just go through them again. I'll just fan it out here. Just beautiful. Now, that's Ada. I did not do an opalescent for this one. I just didn't feel like it needed to be opalescent as far as a gingham. Maybe one day, but for right now, I felt like it just needed to be a flat Ada and a flat Linda fabric. So let's talk about Linda. Linda, as always, is on lighter colors, is always going to be a little bit lighter than Ada. And then also, caveat and note that I am finding, the more people buy 20 count Ada, which for a while, that was like unheard of here at the Digi-Stitchery, but now it is become a regular product that is bought, the 20 count. I am finding that sometimes on the super light colors, the Ada 20 count is printing light like the Linda. So, which makes sense. It has more holes. It's got, what, 20 holes per inch for 20 count. It doesn't have as much fabric coverage when you're printing on it. So that makes sense. It's going to be lighter. Similar to Linda, which is, that's 27, so 27 holes per inch. So keep that in mind as you are purchasing fabric, that super light fabrics, like the pale pink, the picnic pale pink, or the picnic honey, may be lighter in the 20 count than what you see in like a 14 or a 16 count Ada. So there you go. There's my more you know message. There you go. Okay, so Linda, let's talk about it. This is Picnic Brown, Picnic Gray, Picnic Bubblegum, Picnic Pale Pink, Picnic Grape, Picnic Navy, Picnic Sky Blue. This is so pretty. Picnic Aqua, Picnic Meadow Green, Picnic Honey, Picnic Marmalade, and Picnic Red. So there you have it. 12 beautiful colors in a picnic gingham. Yeah, just beautiful. Available in Ada 14, 16, 18, and 20 count, and Linda 27 count. So that is, and they're all in the shop now. All sizes available. You can go and grab your picnic gingham and start planning. Let's move on to finishes. All right, moving on to finishes. I have a ton to show you. But I think what we're gonna do is, I'll show the ones that are stitched on picnic gingham to kind of continue that flow we got going on here. So first up is, this is so adorable. Happy St. Patrick's Day by Stitching with the Housewives. This was the Stitch Friday freebie for the month of March. And I stitched this on Picnic Honey 14 count. And the wonderful thing I love about any patterned fabric, like a continuous pattern that I do, fabric that I make, I love that as the more you stitch on it, the more the design kind of fades back. You can still see it, but it's not overpowering. My whole goal in doing this is to never overpower your stitching. I want your stitching and these beautiful patterns to stand out more than my fabric. I want my fabric to add to your project, not overtake it. So this is so cute. I picked, what did I do? This was so long ago. Classic, no. I did color and cotton. That's what I did. Color and cotton floss. I just picked from my stash. Yeah. And these colors work beautifully. Yeah, the gingham was super easy to stitch. So now we got hot glue there. And then my finishing piece is from Hobby Lobby. It's just a flat, take this off here. It's just a flat finished piece I got in the finished wood, or the wood section. And I just attach it with magnets and washers. So that is March by Happy St. Patrick's Day by Primrose Cottage Stitches. All right, next, in sticking with St. Patrick's Day, because that's when I was stitching, I was feeling it. This is The Luck of the Irish by Primrose Cottage again. And I stitched this on 14 count picnic marmalade. I love it. It turned out so cute. I just picked my own colors. I went with DMC floss, just to use from my stash again. And, yeah, I added charcoal. It had like, originally the pattern stated like 2 shades of green, but I threw in the charcoal just to mix things up a bit because it is, the fabric is this marmalade color. I didn't want to go full green, and I wanted my white to stand out a little bit more. So very cute, very, very cute. And then I just finished it off as a pillow with some extra Lori Holt fabric I had laying around. So very, very cute. I added this to my truck that I have on my, one of my cabinets. I don't know, TV, it's not a TV stand because there's no TV on it. But anyway, I had the big felt shamrocks in there and I displayed this pillow in there. So it looked really cute. So there you have it, picnic marmalade. All right, and then I finally did like move on to spring stitching. I did eventually. And with picnic gingham. So my next stitch was Tulip Time by Stitching with the Housewives. I believe this was the freebie from one of the Tulip roundabouts last year. Oh, the main one was Bloom Where You're Planted. That's it. It was Bloom Where You're Planted, and this was the freebie. And I stitched this on 14 count picnic aqua, and it's adorable. I just picked my own floss colors, Morning Glory, Plum Paisley. I am in love with Ripe Melon. I've used that for a couple projects now, and it's gorgeous. In fact, I ran out and I had to get more at Cecilia's. So that's Ripe Melon, and for my yellow, I used Finley Gold. And look, it shows up beautifully on this aqua. And the cool thing about it is the more you stitch on it, you can't really tell this is like a standout bold gingham at all, which I love. It just kind of fades into the background, but it still gives you that little bit of detail in the background. So, and then, let's see. I added some yellow fabric to the back. I bought this piece at Hobby Lobby, and it originally was brown. It was actually, there's actually a kitchen conversion thing printed on here, but I spray painted it white, and because I wanted to interchange it in white. I don't know, it just looks best, or like gray for a finishing piece for me in my house. So this is super, super cute. I just attached it with washers so I could do some more roundabouts. This was actually my first one I did, and it was easy. So very, very fast stitch. So Tulip Time, Stitching with the Housewives on Picnic Aqua 14 count. Okay, and then continuing on with Picnic Gingham, my last finish is not fully finished yet because I just finished it. But this is super, super cute. Let me find all the details here. Okay, this is by Fine Frog Stitching. And I stitched the, I'm gonna hold this up so you guys can see the logo. I stitched the, what is it? Feathered Friends April, and this logo right here is the Feathered Friends collaboration. 12 different designers got together. I'm sure you guys know this, to create 12 different monthly displays that featured a bird. And the finishing piece is by Paisley and Polka Dots. And I saw it in person at Market, and it's really cute. It's like on point. So I haven't finished it yet because I think I want to order this. So I haven't done it yet. But there you go. That is Fine Frog stitching. I'll show you the finished piece now. And I stitched this on Picnic Grape. I used called for DMC, no changes. I love her just shading ability and the color theory, and it's just awesome. And this little duck, this chubby duck with the galoshes, is adorable. So very, very cute, and it looks really good on this Picnic Grape. And again, it kind of just fades into the background, which is awesome. It's not like standing out in your face. But here, let me fold it up a little bit more so you can see it. But all these colors stand out. They look great. I mean, I wouldn't do like a full like white piece on here, but white as an accent works beautifully. So like my flowers here, I believe that is 3866 DMC. So very, very cute, and he's adorable. I could stitch him for every season. He's that cute. He needs a Santa hat. We need a jack-o'-lantern of some type, or cat ears for Halloween. No, witch's hat. And yeah, just adorable. An Uncle Sam hat for patriotic. So super cute. So that is it for my finishes. I have another couple in my WIPS for Picnic Gingham. So that was Picnic Grape. Okay, so moving on to even more finishes. Let's go back to Valentine's Day. And I was stitching these in the last Flosstube. Well, thankfully, I finally got them done. So let's go there. Okay, first off is, it's not fully finished yet because I need to order the finishing piece. But this is the Country Cottage Works monthly village for February, and I stitched this on the last release, Pop of Spring. I stitched it on Cottontail. Beautiful neutral, perfect spring neutral. I'm telling you guys, like perfect. All of these colors just pop. Okay, so let me tell you what I did on this. I left out the words because I didn't know if I was gonna do like the whole series or not, so I didn't want to put the month on, you know, just in case I didn't. So I left that off. I added Aqua because that's my jam, like for Valentine's Day. You guys know that by now. I don't like super, super red for Valentine's, so I switched out the ribbon red. I think it was ribbon red. Yeah, for cherry tomato. So it's kind of pinky red. And it looks so cute. And then there's a lot of like changes on this one, and I don't mean to be, I love this. I loved stitching it. It was so fun and it was easy. So don't take anything the wrong way when I say I changed a bunch of stuff. It's like totally because I'm in love with it and I want to make it like awesome. So I didn't do the people. I thought, just looking at it, that these were butterflies. I didn't know they were envelopes until I actually read the pattern. You know, when you stop and take your time and actually do the thing the right way. I just waited till I was there. So realized that they were letters, and I was like, they look like butterflies to me. So I made them into butterflies and I covered them. I flipped a mailbox and put it on the other side, and then I added just a bunch of butterflies. And it looks cute. It's very springy. So very, very cute. And such a fun, easy stitch. And the colors are super, super creamy. And I think I did lighten up the browns. I used chocolate mousse, which is gorgeous for Classic Colorworks. It's like super, what is it? Where is it? Oh, it's right here in the door. It's chocolatey. Like it looks like milk chocolate. So there is that. So I will get a finishing piece eventually for this. Okay, so continuing on with Valentine's Day finishes. This is, oh, and Cottontail from Pop of Spring. Sorry, I'm all over the board. You can tell it's been a while for Flosstube for me. Okay, so moving on. This is Home Sweet Home by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I stitched this on Damask Gray from the Pop of Spring fabric series. And again, like I talked about in Picnic Gingham, it's a bold pattern, but the more you stitch on it, it kind of like fades into the background. So you can't really see the bold damask print. But very, very cute. I took the blues and I made them more aqua and I added purple. So, and then I used mostly color and cotton floss on this, and instead of using red, I used Color and Cotton's Ferris wheel, which is kind of a corally reddy pink. And then I stitched it up as a pillow, and then here's my back. So very cute. It'll be lovely to display next February. I love my timing on all this, guys. Like, it's like, I can't wait to display this stuff once I finally get them done, but the season's already passed. So next year, it'll be great. It will be great. So, okay. Let's move on. Okay, so one more unfinished piece that I have. I did Sayings of the Seasons by Stitching with the Housewives, and I stitched spring, and I stitched it on 14 count Cottontail again because I am in love with Cottontail fabric. It is a fantastic neutral. I will never stop saying that. Like, it's just awesome. It's a great neutral. I brightened the colors up a bit and I added more purple because I like purple in spring. Yeah, so I changed, some colors. I added lettuce leaf, plum paisley, Aunt Marie's violet, Finley gold, ripe melon, morning glory, and tangerine. So there you go. I just have to finish her up. I've got the finishing piece. It's downstairs. I've actually used it in finishing piece photos, like in the background. You guys have seen it. I just need to put it together. So that'll be done. But okay. Let's see. So since we last saw each other, I had stitched Winter Wonderland, which was the January freebie from Primrose Cottage, and I stitched this on 14 count artichoke from the Summer Veggies series. Well, I finally finished it. I layered it with some wintry fabric. It looks so cute, and I am putting it on the same finishing piece as the St. Patrick's Day. So we'll just slap that on here so you guys can see it. Whoops. There you go. So very cute. The gray just goes with everything. And then I'll show you my next one. I did I think I was in the middle of stitching this. Again, on Cottontail from Pop of Spring because it's that good. I think that's the third time I've said it because it is. 14 count Cottontail. I stitched the February Primrose Free Friday freebie stitch. Be My Valentine. So cute. I just pulled my own colors and I added purple. and Aqua. So there you go. And same finishing piece right there. So love this size. It's great. I was perplexed. I know we talked about that. I just didn't know because it was just a weird size. But once I found this piece, I'm gold now. Like, I'm good. So, all right. That is it for my finished pieces. I've got 2 more to show you. So my mom came into town, I told you guys that, and she brought with her her stitching for me to finish. She is a wonderful, wonderful stitcher. She is still learning and is a little bit nervous when it comes to finishing. She also is like new to quilting. So when it comes to like sewing finishes or anything like that, she leaves that to me. But soon, I know she's going to become quite the quilting pro, so she can do her own pillow finishes. We'll see. Maybe. But this one is Spring Farm Stack. Spring Stack, I'm gonna go with that, by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And she stitched this on 14 count fog from the Fall Forest series. And super cute. She used called for colors except for the sheep's face and the chicken. She substituted that with Classic Colorworks Caramel. So just to lighten it up a little bit. But the colors, like these spring colors, work beautifully with this like creamy gray fog color. Very cool. You would not think it would work, but it does. And then that white works as well. The white comes off of the fog fabric. So I finished this into a pillow, as you can see, and I found this really cute fabric at the Quilt store, and I love it. I actually need to buy another yard because it's that good. It's like a cream, like brownie charcoal. So it matches perfectly almost with the brownie gray in the cow. So very cool. And then the last finished piece I have for you is going to be Blue Jay Summer by Robin Pickens. And my mom stitched this on 14 count sugar cookie from the Classic Christmas fabric series we have, our first Christmas series. And it looks great. She used the called for colors. These floss colors are beautiful, as you can see. And yeah, you just don't mess with it. It's just so, so pretty. The blue jay and the oranges and everything is just so pretty. But it works well with sugar cookie. And let's see here. I bought this basket at Hobby Lobby. It's the smaller basket, and it hangs. And then I just added just a mix of summer, spring flowers that I had, and then I backed the piece with kind of a grungy blue to bring out the blue jay. So there you go. Oh, and this I bought the basket for a reason, because Robin she covers all the seasons with a bird design. So my mom is planning on stitching all of these. And I think I kitted up the spring one for her. I don't remember what she's stitching that on. I don't know. I'll let you know because I'll have to finish it eventually, so you'll see it. But that's the reason for the basket, so she can just switch it out and her floral out. So very cool. And that is it for finishes. Next, I want to talk about a new product that we've had in the shop for a few weeks now. I did an Instagram live, but I wanted to make sure I covered all of my bases. with you guys on Flosstube as well. I added, by thankfully an idea from you guys, and I totally appreciate it, because like you guys send me ideas, you send me what you're thinking, I will totally like read it, think through it. If we can do it, we'll do it. And I had a customer email me with this wonderful idea, and I thought about it, and it's grown into the Digi Stitchery sample packs. So this is, I'm going to offer 5 different sample packs. And this is how they come. I'll take it out of the package so you guys can see a little bit better. But it's going to come like this. And you get to choose from 5 different color families. Now, if this grows over time, I'll add more color families. But I really just picked the most popular colors that I sell and the most questions I get. So grays, browns, blues, greens, and neutrals. Okay, so you're gonna get it. And this one is the brown sample pack. And what I did was I picked 6. There's 6 in each, I think 5 or 6, definitely 6. And each sample pack, you're gonna get a description of what each one is and what color series it's found in. So you can keep this card and correlate it to what samples you've got, and like, you know how to order when you're done. So anyway, so I picked 6 browns that were mostly brown. So I'm not gonna go pick like a brown that has a ton of like multicolors. Let's just say, for instance, rainbow haze. That is a rainbow. So that doesn't fit in a particular color family because it's all across the board. So I stuck with like what is the more color centric fabric, if that makes sense. I think we're all on the same page with this. Okay, so here's your card. And then when you flip it over, it's going to have the fabric, which you get to pick your fabric. So either Ada or Linda, what you want to see, and then your fabric count that you want to see. So fabric is going to be, you can pick between 14, 16, 18. So like that's like going to be mismatched together because those colors print the same. You can pick separate a 20 count Ada, because remember what I said, they've been printing a little bit lighter and I don't want any surprises for anybody. So if it comes out light, you're gonna know by the sample pack of the 20 count Ada. And then you can also choose a Linda. So that's why I have that there. And then, well, there's this extra. I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so this is your card that you keep, okay? Now, with the samples, you get these really cute 2.5 inch squares of fabric. And they're all labeled with a heart floss label, hint, hint, wink, wink. That's in the shop. And they're labeled 1 through 6, and they correlate to what's on the card, okay? So number 1 is Wonka bar. There you go. And then it goes through, and each one is labeled. Now, I do not recommend taking these labels off because then you're not going to know what you're doing. But I digress. Whatever. So, okay. And then 6, okay? This is Hot Chocolate from Classic Colors. Classic Christmas series. Okay, so you're going to get the 6 in the fabric family, right? The color family, right? So now this extra, which is really cool, on the website, you can pick, and I don't care what you pick, it can't be an opalescent, okay? That's the only caveat. You could pick any other sample you want to see. So if you want the brown sample pack and you want to see what Picnic Aqua looks like, I'm gonna throw in a 2.5-inch square of Picnic Aqua for you. That's just kind of like an extra perk. So like Picnic Aqua, if you wanted to see Rainbow Haze, I would give you a sample of Rainbow Haze. I mean, granted, it's just gonna be like this of the 10 by 12 or whatever, the 14 by 16 I cut. Like, it's just gonna be like a little piece, but it's gonna give you a great idea of like if it's gonna work for your project. So these are the new sample packs. Take a look, because if you've been wondering about the blues, the greens, the grays, the browns, and the neutrals, check these out. These are going to be really helpful. And then you can just do a quick floss toss on these. Well, a mini floss toss on these, I'll say that. So yeah, so those are in the shop. Okay, couple more things before I get to WIPS. It is my birthday weekend, and my actual birthday, not the digi-stitchery. That's gone and done. It's my birthday, and we are going to have a site sale, a shop sale that runs from April 11th to April 14th. And it's going to be 20% off anything in the store. So 20% off. So get your sample packs, get your picnic gingham fabric, your pop of spring fabric. I also have needle minders from Market on the shop as well. Limited quantities, because I couldn't bring back like a ton of magnets. I only had carry-on. So there's a few there. But if you guys like the needle minders, they're flamingo toes, really high quality and super cute. I'll order more. So it's not a big deal. If we sell out, I can always get more. So just let me know. So that's going on. My birthday gift to you. So happy birthday to me. And yeah, that's it. So big sale, big fabric release this weekend. So make sure you hit up the shop for that. So next, WIPS. I have a lot of secret stitching that I'm doing for the next fabric release. So I can't show you that. There's like, between my mom and I, there's 4 projects being stitched right now on the next fabric release. So very, very exciting. I'm like excited for that. But this is exciting as well. I pulled the Picnic Red, and I wanted to show you guys that how like a ribbon red stitches on this, and it looks adorable. So I really want to stitch like more patriotic and Christmas on this because it's looking so cute. So let me show you what I'm doing first, and then I'll show you the whip. I was rummaging through my patterns because I was like, I've got something. I know I've got something. I'm not gonna go buy something, because then I go down the rabbit hole. I don't know if this happens to you guys. I go down the rabbit hole, and then I look up and an hour has passed. I have not accomplished anything that I've set out to do because I'm shopping, and now I'm on to like 5 other projects down the road. So I can't do that. So I looked in my stash, and I did way long time ago the Hands-On Design Priscilla Blaine collaboration, the Chockfull series, and I pulled Liberty out, and I am gonna stitch the small because I never did any of the smalls. So I'm doing Liberty, and check this out. It looks so cute. So this is 14 count Picnic Red, and I just started this yesterday, so I am nowhere near finished, but look at this. This is just super, super cute. I pulled ribbon red, and it pops. You can totally see it. I did originally pull Ladybug, just because I kind of wanted a like not so stark red, but I will tell you, Ladybug kind of blends in with this dark part of the red. So I didn't want to mess with that. I wanted the red to pop a little bit more. So I chose Ribbon Red, and it works beautifully. Yeah, I just pulled what I had in my stash for Classic Colorworks, just patriotic colors. I believe that's Summer Sky, Honeycomb, and Little Sprout. So more to come on this. I'll show you a finish once I have it. But very, very cute. Red works on this, guys. So Christmas, patriotic, anything like summer is gonna look cute on this. Oh my gosh, watermelons. Watermelons on this will look adorable. So you gotta get picnic red. Okay, so, my last whip is really just a kit because this idea came after I kitted this, and I was all planning to stitch it yesterday, but this took precedence because I wanted to show you guys red. So this next one, kit, I'm just gonna show you what I have. It is the Country Cottage Needleworks March monthly mini village. And I am gonna stitch this on 14 counts picnic gray, okay? And I just want to show you my floss colors, and then we'll get out of here, I promise. Floss colors, very, very pretty. I lightened it up just a little bit. But also, side note, I was very curious what Frozen Margarita looked like, and it's awesome. Look at that. That is just so cool. And it's gonna look fantastic on this gingham. So let me just show you my colors really quick because I changed them just a bit. Oh boy. I lightened the rainbow up, and I'm not sure what I'm doing in the middle since I don't want to stitch people. So I'll figure that out and stay tuned. But these are my colors. Very pretty, very St. Patrick's-y. So I'm excited about this, and I'll keep you updated on it. Yeah, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed seeing Picnic Gingham. I hope you have lots of ideas for it. I know I do. Like, lots of these projects can be stitched on gingham. Like, it's crazy. So my goal is after this one, I'll have stitched on half of the Picnic Gingham colors that are out. My goal is to stitch on the rest of the 6. So I've got to find projects for those, you know, and time, because, you know, that's important. But, okay. So thank you guys for watching so much. Put in the comments what color you like, what you want to stitch on Picnic Gingham. Let me know what you think and what you're excited about. Also, happy Easter. If you have any Easter plans or Easter recipes, put them down below. I will be packing to go to Nationals to drive to Utah on Easter. So we are delaying our Easter dinner until Mother's Day weekend. So I'll be glazing a ham on Mother's Day for everybody. So put that in the comments, and then, yeah, just like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, The Digi Stitchery, and Facebook, The Digi Stitchery, because I'm always posting my finishes, any sales, Fabric of the Month info, because you are going to want to see the Fabric of the Month reveal for April. I'm telling you, because it's pre-released fabric that's coming eventually. So you got to check that out if you're not in the club. So I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful Easter.